When it comes to screen time and video games, every parent needs to figure out what's right for their kids. With so many options, so many things to consider, where do parents even start? So joining us for the discussion this morning, we have got the president of the Entertainment Software Rating Board, Pat Vance, and we've got research director for Take This, Dr. Rachel Kowert. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, let's start with Pat. So Pat, what are the steps that parents can take to manage the video games their children are playing?
Well, it's pretty simple. We provide ratings for all the video games sold in stores, as well as many games online and on mobile devices. So first thing up, check the age rating, and alongside that age rating are content descriptors and interactive elements. Interactive elements call out things like multiplayer online games or in-game purchases. So important to check all the information that we provide for all of the games. The second thing is set some household rules and enforce them. It's pretty easy. It's pretty basic. Most families do. Make sure that it's part of an ongoing conversation that kids can feel comfortable talking to you about video games. Don't stigmatize them. Make sure that your kids know they can come to you whenever they feel uncomfortable about something that they may have seen or experienced in a game. And then thirdly, make sure that you're familiar with the parental controls. Every game device has them. You can do things like limit spending, limit screen time, and also restrict online communication, in some cases approve who your kid can play with, and then of course block by age rating.
Okay, very good tips to know. Now, Dr. Kowert, well, Pat kind of touched on it there. You know, how do parents kind of stress less and kind of embrace the benefits of video games? Are there benefits?
Oh, there's so many benefits to playing games. I think we're starting to see a shift now away from games being seen as time-wasting activities and towards games as tools for learning, for stress relief, and for social connection, which is really important now in a time of physical distancing. Of course, games should just be one of many things that your children do, but it's important to understand that there are a lot of benefits to playing games. Pardon me. And then again, if you look at the research, we've been studying games for more than 15 years and the ways that they impact players physically, socially, and psychologically. And generally speaking, the effects are more positive than negative, and at the very least neutral. So that should make parents feel a little bit better.
Gotcha, for sure. Pat, in this time of social distancing, what can parents do to maybe make sure that their kids have positive video game experiences, both online and offline?
Well, most importantly, stay involved. As I said, have those ongoing conversations. Get in there and play with your kids. It's a great way to have fun, particularly in these times of social isolation. And the other thing that I would do is make sure that you, as a parent, know that what your kids are doing, who they're playing with. Make sure that if they're asked to ever leave a game, that they don't. That's a really important rule to have. If somebody asks them to go on to a different chat room or on a different game or a different platform, please tell your kids not to do that. The second thing is the kids can always block, mute, or report other players. So make sure that if they're uncomfortable, somebody's harassing them, which happens on the playground all the time, but it also can happen in online video games. Make sure that your kids know that there are tools available that they can take charge. And then thirdly, I just would make sure that your kids never lie about their age. There are built-in protection for kids under the age of 13 in particular that were really important to preserve. And so if your kid is registering for a game or a console and putting in the wrong birth date, it sort of overrides all of those protections. So really important that the parents involved when they're registering.
Good to know. All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.